So after spending way too much time with my old college roommate teammate at the Langston house, I'm finally back on the trail again. I had a little scare earlier where I was walking along the highway and I saw a little fire right where the trail came out onto the highway, and I had no cell signal, so I flagged down a car, and thankfully that car stopped, even though I looked pretty crazy. And she said she lived around the corner and she would phone it in. So hopefully we are preventing a massive forest fire by doing that. But back on the trail and back to trail obstacles. So I'm not sure how far I'll get today. It's already pretty late in the afternoon, but beauty of this trail and in the national forest is you walk until you don't want to walk anymore. I just need to figure out how to get down from this. Still moving through the trail. I'm back in the pine forest. This area looks like it was a recent controlled burn, which is different from the burn I saw earlier. But glad it's done and not burning while I'm in here. I'm gonna try to get past this and find a campsite for the night. Got a nice sunset going on through the pine forest. I'm not too far out from a random camping site. Basically just a pine forest without these palmettos that I can set up my tent. But it's going to be a lighter day because I had all that effort to go forward at all through the swamp today. And then I hung out with Alicia for a while, so I've got the wiggle room in my schedule to take a lighter day today. So I'm going to do it. Not going to walk. I might not even walk in the dark at all. It depends on how quickly I get to this area. But I'm going to do a lighter day, ending with a gorgeous red sunset. And then I will start another day and probably make it through most of Apalachicola National Forest tomorrow. What does this look like to you? Does it look like a trail? Because it's a trail. You really needed to pack a machete for some parts of this trail. So I spent most of my morning kind of trying to get through that thick tangle of bush, and now I have a morning wade. Yay, Florida Trail. I think this is what the majority of the rest of the forest is going to be like. Ooh, it's getting a little deep. Alright, it's still morning. It's still kind of gray. Not as foggy as it has been the last couple times, but hopefully the sun will come out in the afternoon like it has the past couple times. And I think I'm going through a bunch more swamp area, not like I was yesterday, but kind of smaller swamps, and then I've got some fords and probably some pine forest in between. So we got some more trail fun here. There's a nice little boardwalk here. Up there, not so much. There's some pieces over there. I just came from that and all of those. And it's pretty mucky in this stretch too. You know, the kind of stretch that could use a full boardwalk. But it's just part of the adventure of the trail this year. Thankful to the volunteers who have put it in the first place. But yeah, could really use a full boardwalk right now. Still gray out, and moving through pine forest area now. We got pine and palmettos here. The trail seems to join jeep roads for a short time and then branch off to a little trail. It's kind of like this. Sometimes it's more maintained than others. It makes navigation fun because if you're thinking about anything, or you know, getting into your audiobook or something like that, there's a possibility you're going to miss your turn. So that's this morning. Every once in a while I'll have to wade. My socks are probably going to be wet all day, but moving through swamp and moving through pine forest and moving through jeep roads, that seems to be the theme. Oh my god, I'm right back into the swamp. At least this shouldn't hopefully get as deep. There's the blaze right there. Hopefully shouldn't get as deep as it was the other day. Still plenty of roots on the bottom for me to trip over. And it's not quite knee deep, maybe calf deep. But yeah, so much for me thinking my swamp wading was over. Again, it shouldn't get as deep as that deepest part yesterday, otherwise I would have heard from a lot of very angry people online.